this is a variation of Simic Ramp, which I think is one of the stronger archetypes in this format. This is card for card, the deck list from one of our subs, Bob in Cheese. He's kind of my go-to longsword guy, we refer to him as, with my group of friends that we chat with sometimes. He's the person that, like, always picks up whatever the best deck is and, like, tries to play the best version of it. I wouldn't be too surprised if we end up playing this deck and we find out it's not all power all the time. This is the type of deck where it feels so bad to lose to it, and like mid-range decks are so helpless against it that you can kind of lose sight that there are decks that beat up on it. Am I short sword guy? No, I'm like, so long sword guy is a D&D reference to, like, there's lots of different weapons that you could pick in D&D, and like the long sword is just the most brutal and efficient of them, the most optimized. There's nothing fancy about it. It just does what you need to do in the most efficient way possible. I mean, I think there are a number of decks in this format that have good matchups against this archetype. So I don't think this deck is all that overbearing necessarily. I just think the types of decks it's good against are the types of decks people really like playing. And again, like, even last standard season, there were a lot of competitive decks. I just think lots of Magic players don't enjoy formats where mid-range isn't playable, which is a reason why Modern has so many complaints about it, because mid-range tends to be very bad in this format. It's not even about being the boogeyman. I just think decks like Tron are kind of bad gameplay experiences because they're awesome against the decks that tend to generate what I think are the best gameplay experiences in Magic. I don't really have any experience with that archetype, Tuna. I agree, though, that Censors felt bad as Pioneers developed more, in large part because mid-range decks have been pushed out of the format. Dale in, thank you for the 15 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, I think White Devotion's a deck that could definitely run this down. Hey, Dimstar, thank you for the entire year of support. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. What is the TLDR on mid-range suffering? There's just ramp decks everywhere. There's a lot of Land War Elf decks too, but mid-range is okay against those, depending on their draw. But like, there's a green ramp. Like, ramp decks are some of the best decks in every format of Magic right now, which is a heck of a feature. I mean, it's not even just about having answers. The problem is that Simic's threats all tend to represent cards that need multiple things to deal with them. For example, this Hydroid Krasis next turn is going to draw us, what, 4 or 5 cards? And it's going to be a giant creature that they have to kill. So they have to kill the Krasis, and they have to beat the cards that it drew. And a lot of the times, one of the cards that it draws is a Cavalier of Thorns, which then rebuys the Hydroid Krasis to start the cycle again. Looks like this opponent's playing Black Devotion. Almost seems unfair when you put it that way. It's only unfair if you're trying to be interactive. I think I'm actually going to eat this food with the goose here. Because I would like to attack for 6 this turn.
Strange and magnificent world. The land shall conquer you.
We're up to 5 cards in our bin, so we need Uro plus 5 other cards to escape him. So he can't escape quite yet. Next thing that dies will make Uro castable, escapable, whatever you want to call it. Like that. Yeah, combo decks are good against this deck in general. But like the black deck also doesn't have any card selection to help it find its combo. So I think there are plenty of matchups where you do just get to race them pretty efficiently. What's going on, Bez? Thanks for the 11 months. I'll take a castle. And hey, look! The best escape enabler in the set is going to make it so this Uro's super castable next turn. Of course you can. Save in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, they took our Krasis out of our hand. I have this in the bank, though. Oh, no! Oh, no! That's so rude, chat. That's so rude. The good news is they're still at 8. I mean, to be fair, this Krasis is only going to draw 1 card. I assume they're going to trade Woestrider for a land tier. Wait, what? Deal? That's kind of unreal for us. Always a lot of interesting decks in the queue. For those that are fans of Pioneer, Tuesday I think is going to be an all Pioneer day moving forward. Need to end the stream on Tuesdays a little bit earlier than the rest of the days of the week, so I think my plan moving forward is to just play 3 Pioneer decks on Tuesday. Be live for about 5 hours or so. Scry top, oh no. Oh no. Rain Spider, thank you for the 19 months, I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Do I click submit? Who's in for clicking submit? Happy Boys, I think the person that so I was talking about a Deckmaster fork. The person who maintains Stream Decker, I think, is actually going to help me set something up. So hopefully I have something to share on that soon. Not gonna dive in and do it myself, but I have someone else to give me a hand. So I'm gonna wait for their follow-up, and then if not, we'll do it ourselves. Do it live. SJ, thank you for the... Oh, those are just shillings. Noted. It's really awkward to me that the shillings usage pop up in the same way as paid things pop up. Actually, Spenzor, Nissa needs lands to kill you too, so she can't kill you all by herself. Come on now. This is a Magic the Gathering Twitch chat. How dirty do I feel while playing this deck? Not dirty at all. One of the things that I think a lot of players do incorrectly is they direct their animosity towards people playing the decks that are offensive, as opposed to directing that animosity towards Wizards of the Coast, who's in charge of making sure the game is fun. You should never blame your opponent for playing the game that they've been given. It's not the player's job to balance formats and make sure you enjoy yourself. That's Wizards of the Coast's job. We don't play good decks around here. We play whatever people pay us to play, which largely means not good decks. But occasionally, people want to see me get some W's. Sure, I guess we keep this bottom Forerunner. Those dirty net deckers. So long, Uro. I hardly knew ya. Meh. I'm gonna do this now because I could draw a goose. Oh, Yarok Field. Oh, Yarok Field. We should get through the standard deck relatively quickly. Under my current schedule, we're gonna do like 12 to 15 standard decks per week. I think the plan here is Scry with Castle this turn, Krasis for 4 next turn. We don't play bad decks, we play decks with potential, sometimes very little potential. I'm probably going to steal that in the future, that's a good line. I do not need a second castle. Waka, thanks for the quarter of a year, welcome back. Joke's on you, opponent. My hand's full of bad cards. I actually don't think they're win more. I think those cards, I think this is the type of match where we're frequently going to go long and the board could be stalled. Especially because my opponent's deck has things like Grey Merchant. Those are cards that can like gum up Nissa lands for a little while. Syncopate is not standard legal, no. The Legion has ended, chat. They keep exiling my stuff so I can't escape. It's real obnoxious. Probably dead. I mean, we didn't really just flood out and die, right? Like, they had a bunch of disruption this game. Like, I kept a weak hand, and then we got discard spelled a bunch. Like our first spell that game was Krasis on 6, right? Sure. Need more Dismal Backwater. The Sultai deck we played yesterday actually ended up feeling like a better version of the blue-black deck. Believe it or not, adding Uro to it made it better. Was there a line to go Finale for 3 to get an Uro, draw a land? I don't think we had enough lands for that, but I don't remember at this point. If you told me we had enough lands, I'd believe you. But I don't recall. Pure agony, chat. I am in pure agony. All right, who's got 2 thumbs and is ready to draw a payoff? This guy right here. Six, 7. Swish, chat, swish. So this is 7, this is 8. We can Finale for up to 6 next turn. I think we're just going to Finale for Cavalier next turn. And if we're fortunate, that Cavalier will draw us an Uro. Now, let's not do that then, Toast Fellows. Regardless of what your personal feelings were on Kobe, it was a very serious accident where people lost their lives. Let's not make light of it. Okay, well now I get to do this. Hey chat, remember when we didn't have any spells? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Alright, I think I still just Finale for 5 here. Hey, look! Our Cavalier drew an Uro. That's completely reasonable and okay. That's completely reasonable and okay, chat. Oh no, please don't kill my Nissa. How will I ever win the game if you kill my powerful 5-mana Planeswalker? Oh no, oh no. Why are they doing this on my turn? I don't understand. Oh, they're killing Cavalier of Thorns. That makes sense. They just don't want me to redraw the card right away. Jokes on you, opponent. I have an Uro in my bin. So I'm gonna put Hydroid Krasis on top. It's possible. It is possible that what's it called was lethal this turn. Well, they also have Noxious Grasp, sure. Sure. Gosh, how incredibly unfortunate. They answered 2 of my things. Now I'm glad I didn't put Finale on top, huh? Guess I'll just have to figure out how to win the game with this 6-6 that comes back in this 5-5. It's gonna be a struggle, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I just play a 4-4 here. Guess I can play another 5-5. Yeah, I think I just play another 5-5 so you just have infinite pressure. Because, like, even if they Ritualist at me, I have enough stuff dying that I can bring back the Titan. I know if I leave it in my hand, it's exposed to a discard spell. And like, should they sweep the board? Like, not only does this come back, but like I have 2 Wolfwillow Havens that make things. Yeah, good luck, Godspeed. Wolfwillow Haven was a solid upgrade to this archetype too, just like Ura was. Ramp that's tough to interact with early that then turns into a body later is real reasonable. Remember when people said the Green Cavalier is one of the worst ones? Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the power level of Green Cavalier is context dependent, just like all things. So like, it's definitely a card that like has gotten better with the escape cards, for example. Yeah, I mean, evaluating cards is hard, but that doesn't stop people who are bad at it from being wrong constantly. Again, I think one of the things that confuses, or that a lot of new players especially don't get, is that a lot of people think just because someone's good at playing Magic means that they're good at evaluating cards, and a lot of people really aren't that. You just gotta go back and like look at all the people that thought Jace and Stoneforge were going to break Modern, things along that line, and like a lot of these people are like really good Magic players, but they just didn't get it. They just didn't understand why these cards were okay. So, all right, Rollergy, just to address I'm going to address your comment in 2 parts. The first part is, you said the early color fixing from Wolfwillow Haven feels good. This card's not color fixing. It takes in green mana and makes more green mana, so unless your deck has double green cards, it definitely does not count as fixing. Number 2, the Black-White Calyx deck, the reason why I didn't include Wolfwillow Haven in there to start is because that deck has a small green splash, and you need probably 2 more green sources in the mana base to consistently cast Wolfwillow Haven on 2. So the reason why I elected not to include that card in that deck was because of that. One card short of bringing Uro back. Hey, good morning. Be Your Guard. I appreciate the 16 months. I do think Haven's probably good in that deck if you can cast it consistently, but I do think there are mana-based concerns with casting it. Wizards has a new survey link. You should take the time to fill that out. Fair warning, it's probably an incredibly long survey. If there's a place to mention your favorite Magic streamer in that survey, you should make sure to mention them as well as myself. If there's not an explicit place to mention content creators, you can always mention us in the comments at the end. Usually they have a free answer section. Crystal Caves, that's an interesting one. We start by escaping this dude, or playing this dude, see what he draws. We'll probably just escape the other one. This stream sucks, I can't stop subbing, God bless. Listen, I don't care if you hate the stream. If you hate the stream, tell the people you don't like about it. If you like the stream, tell your friends. I'm actually going to leave Krasis in there, because I would like to draw Krasis with Cavalier if they kill it. The first question is, well, I haven't clicked in yet. So I personally have never actually owned the Magic Esports URL. That was one of our wonderful Hoaglandia members that set that up. Do you have the Stream Decks channel set? Do you have @everyone suppressed in the Stream Decks channel, Vernash? So because I tag everyone there, you need to do more than just mute it. You need to go in and suppress @everyone in that channel. And Discord's got really fine-tuned controls, so you can suppress @everyone in just that channel and still get the tags in the announcements channel. I mean, to be fair, Wizards leveraging artwork to monetize the game more is a good thing. Ideally, the bulk of Magic profits should come from optional extra cosmetics. Stop it, Stormy Waters. That's not a real question, right? Gosh, speaking of real comments, I had a comment on my YouTube channel that I shared in the Political Dark Place last night. It was like, someone was like, I don't agree with your politics, but I appreciate that you talk about them in your content and are honest about it. And I was like, yeah, I just want healthcare for my kids. And like, they're like, yeah, healthcare for my family of 5 is rough, but Jesus will take care of us. And I genuinely wasn't certain if they were joking or not. It just like says a lot about the current political landscape that like, that's a comment that I'm not sure if it's real. This is, we have 10 mana total here, so we'll play this for X's 8. Bionic Quail, thanks for the 5 months, welcome back. Okay, feels Ramp Man. Trump is on a mission from God. That's probably true. I almost responded to that comment with the message, God sent you Bernie Sanders to help take care of you, but I decided it probably wasn't worth it. It's like what's the old parable? The person's like dying and like a doctor comes up to help them. They're like, no, God will help me. And like all these other people come up to help them. And the person dies and goes to heaven. And they're like, God, why didn't you help me? I thought you were going to help me. And God's like, I sent you all these people to help you. I don't know why you didn't let them help you. All right, what are we doing here? I probably need to get rid of this, huh? Because otherwise they're going to chump block forever while diddling this. I have 5... So if I hit an untapped land with this, I can also play Agent this turn. I mean, I'm not particularly religious at all. I just feel like if I was, the idea that whatever is out there sends people to help people instead of interfacing directly is probably accurate. Wargy, thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Drew Druid, thanks for the 23rd month. All right. So they have a bunch of red and blue cards. I guess this doesn't get jump blocked by their stuff, so that's probably fine. Agent of Treachery probably isn't very good here. I feel like I can trim that. Is this a dispute matchup? Dispute's probably fine, huh? Hydra could be okay. Yeah, I could see that. Do I want to just, like, cut this package at the top end? They're probably going to have some good extra counterspells post-board, huh? What if I trim Goose? They have lots of ways to kill Goose. Just, like, get rid of my ramp they can kill. Yeah, I mean, that's the point of those surveys, Mail Branch. The point of the survey is to align what they're doing with what their players want so they can be more profitable. Like, that's the reason why I send out a sub-survey. I want to make sure I'm doing the best to make the most money to make sure the people who pay me are happy to keep paying me. Really? Can someone send me a screenshot of that question? Can someone, when you get to the question about the formats, can you post a screenshot of it not including historic in the subs Discord? I'm going to fill the survey out later, but I would like to tweet that question now. What am I supposed to cut here? Do I want Aether Gust? I feel like I want some number of Aether Gusts. Is it crazy to cut some of this top end? Is Cavalier of Thorns actually good here? I guess it enables Uro, so it probably is. Am I just like sick in the head if I cut Nissa? That might be really wrong. I don't know. Sorry about that. That took me a minute because I felt like that tweet deserved SpongeBob text. I felt like that tweet deserved SpongeBob text. So I had to hack that out really quick. All right, so I think we lead on Growth Spiral, so we can get this tapped land into play. The survey was obviously not made with arena players in mind. Yeah, in my opinion, that's one of the problems with the current Magic direction and the current and Arena currently, one of the issues with Arena as is that Arena is not treated like it's a core Magic component. Arena is frequently treated like it is an afterthought. That's something that just exists separate from the rest of Magic. Whereas Magic Online is treated as a core Magic component. That is an important distinction. Every time there's a paper decision, it includes or thinks about Magic Online, it feels like, and never Magic Arena. Which, in my opinion, is a problem. Sure, but any cosmetic style stuff that they're doing in paper can and should also be applied to Magic Arena. It's just the TLDR of it. Wonder if Team or Alliance is worth exploring. Why would Team or Alliance be worth exploring? I'm probably just supposed to tick this Blast Zone up, huh? Oh, you want to play Uro with Alliance? Alright, yeah, I could be down for that. I could be down for some Uro Alliance. Yep.
My sister by my side. I do not fear the unknown.
They're really not mutually exclusive, Bips. Like, the people doing art design for Arena are very much not the people who are doing other things, who are doing the programming. Yeah, I think there's a good chance we're just dead here. We need to draw like Krasis like ASAP. Or Ceratops, and even that might not be good enough. That's pretty good. Well, I mean, I get to kill their alliance, but the problem now is, chat, we're just dying in combat. Is the issue. I think I just try and kill them. I think I'm just supposed to try and kill them. No. 7-11. I'm not dead yet. You think I'm supposed to take Blast Zone to 3 there? God, I don't know. Do I beat Endless Jump Blockers? Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Krasis. Hey, McNuck. Thanks for 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, weird that there was no free answer question. Usually that's something that gets included. This hand's pretty good. A little bit of ramp, a little bit of interaction. That's true, Polly. To be fair, every time there's a survey, I tell people to go fill it out and mention me. Hey, Lord of the Pearl Trident, thanks for the 15 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Land. Swish. I think I Krasis for 2 here. I just have so many 5s in my hand. You guys want my best chance to hit my 5-drop next turn? Honestly, as a player, when I played a lot of paper Magic, I prefer altered bordered cards as opposed to... I prefer cards with fancy borders to foils.
Get away from me!
Especially for competitive play. They also have a dispute here. So Nissa lets me kill Scions next turn. You're gonna have a Wild Slash here as well. When I play Nissa next turn, I'm going to... That's a sweet card. Maybe we should test that in Alliance. I felt like we were a little short on enablers in the Jeskai build last time. That actually seems like a really good one. You can use it again on occasion. Yeah, it feels like they just have Wild Slash. Oh, just opt? Sure. So their opt sequencing is bad here. Wild Slash, I mean Shock. Wild Slash is Pioneer. They definitely should have waited to opt there, because if they would have waited to opt, I would have sent my extra Krasis here to play around Shock. So, like, since they opted when they did, I dealt 2 extra points of damage to them. That one. Oh, that's a good thought. If I untap Breeding Pool, I can keep up Gust. We didn't get punished for it, but I think you're right that untapping Breeding Pool was probably the right line there. How we doing today, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody, wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week. If you enjoy constructed Magic, this is definitely the channel for you. I wouldn't be here din and out without my subs, so I'd like to thank all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to plug a couple of my wonderful sponsors here really quick. BCW Supplies, the only ones I trust to protect all my paper trading cards using code Hoaglandia at bcwsupplies.com. You can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there with them. Starting new today, I've seen some folks using the command in chat. I've got Grimoire deck boxes, which do these really elegant wooden deck boxes with tons of fantastic designs. And if you check out my link, bit.ly/Hugelbox, you can find a great selection of not only larger boxes to house entire cubes or multiple decks, but also individual deck boxes. Cardsphere.com is the peer-to-peer trading network. I'd love to help you turn your cards into other cards direct to their players. There's no haggling, and they just take 1% fee off the top. And of course, InkedGaming.com. I'd love to help you customize your gaming experience. You head on over to InkedGaming.com/Jeff. You can save a little bit on your order with that. All right, let's go ahead and jump on into this next match here. See how that goes. 2-0 so far with the big bad. Undefeated, making Magic feel easy. Had my dabs ready to go and I got blue balled. It's a hard knock life. Dealer's choice of ramp spells. Nissa? Nissa? Wow, never lucky. I agree that this deck is both the best deck in the format and is beatable. I think this current standard format is quite good. I also think it would be better if they deleted 3-mana Teferi and Nissa. I think both of those things are true. I think the only standard format I've played in recent memory that's as good or better than this format is probably GRN standard. I feel like this is probably one of the better standard formats the last 2 years. Swish.
In this land, we are all connected. Harness the elements.
Can you tell your Twitch rep they need to let us earn bonus shillings in full screen? That's good feedback. Out of curiosity, do you think the format would be better or worse if Field of the Dead was legal? I think that's hard to know. I think that's a question that I am nowhere near egotistical enough to say with certainty one way or the other. I think there's potential this format could be better with Field in it, but I also think there's a chance it could be worse. There's a lot of moving parts to come to a correct answer to that question. All right, so we need a Hydroid Krasis here.
You try my patience.
Or a Finale, looking for an X spell.
The land fights for us.
I think I'm probably gonna chump block their Nightmare Shepherd and then blow the Blast Zone here. Or not. Yeah, between the combo decks and Embercleave and Questing Beast, I feel like Field of the Dead might not be all that in this format. Love your content. You honestly put this towards a Dealer's Choice Pioneer deck. Thank you for the support, Vaughn, and I really appreciate that absurd generosity. I don't know that Modern was ever 40% Splinter Twin decks. So the extra shillings they're talking about, Mikey, there is a bonus shillings if you sit there and click a button. Why is restricting only an option in Vintage? Because restricting cards sucks. Restricting a card says this card's too good or creates bad gameplay experiences, but we still want that to happen some amount of the time. If something's too good, it's either too good or it's not too good. Top 8 numbers, not. I don't need you to cite a source on that, Worst Neighbor. I'm pretty sure if you go looking for a source on 40% Splinter Twin and top 8, you're not gonna find it. So I've had this discussion with people before. Folks don't actually remember what Splinter Twin was or did. Everybody thinks it was much better than it actually was. Welcome back to the party, Wostrider. So Krasis is still an okay draw, but definitely this game's definitely slipping away from us at this point. That's actually a tough because it makes Uro a worse draw now too. I think that Finale's too late now, right? We'd have had Finale last turn, we'd have had 8, 9, 10 mana. But now I can only Finale for 4, and that doesn't get anything useful. Questing Beast is dead. He's the thing that chipped them away so much earlier. Oh! Yeah, I totally could. Yeah, that's the call. This isn't Green Sun. This totally gets out of the graveyard too. Yeah. Yeah. Even with that, we're still pretty dead. This Nightmare Shepherd. But you're right. You are correct. I could have gotten Questing Beast out of the bin. They don't have 2 mana for Tiamat. Finale is better Court of Calling. It's different Court of Calling. Doesn't have Convoke, isn't an instant. Get stuff out of the graveyard. Yeah, I agree that isn't taught. It is different from Chord. Magic players do this thing where they really want to associate every card ever printed with another card that's been printed. And a lot of the times there aren't just good direct parallels. Yep. Yeah, chosen from death here is very reasonable against what we're doing. Getting a third blue here means if I draw an Uro, I will be able to play it and then immediately escape it before they can do this to it, which is nice. Assuming I have cards left in my bin to escape it with. Definitely should have gotten Questing Beast there. Would have made them hold their Nightmare Shepherd at bay and would have threatened to kill them relatively quickly. Correct. It stacks that way by default. Do we really have sideboard cards here? Not really. I guess I could just like put in Hydra and like cut Goose, just have higher average strike density. I think that's probably the play. I think putting a raw number on how many playable decks exist in ideal format is silly. In my ideal format, it is on a certain number of playable decks. There is simply an aggressive creature deck that's not a combo deck like the Embercleave decks, and a mid-range deck that are the best decks in the format. I think formats where aggro and mid-range are the two best decks, or at least the best deck in the format, one of those two, tend to be ideal formats. In my opinion. Ideally, other archetypes should be playable too, but I think having one of those two archetypes as the best tends to generate the best gameplay on average. I think we just exile the land here. And then Cavalier can find us the land if we don't draw one. And since I drew one, I think I just Krasis. I think that's the plan. Maybe I'm supposed to Cavalier, because then I could potentially Krasis for 6 next turn. Maybe. I'm not blocking here, because Nightmare Shepherd will bring these back and exile more cards from my hand, which is not ideal for me. So there are now 6 cards in my bin, so we can escape one of these next turn if we want.
Together, we will prevail.
So,
Behold, nature's true power.
2, 4, 6, 8, 11. So I can do this for 9. It is, in fact, an Uncrustable. I started buying them for the kids, and I really like them. They're just super easy and convenient. A pair of them with a little something else makes a decent meal. I think I'd rather kill Fenlurker to cut them off with Devotion here. Hey, Kenix, thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
The land shall conquer you.
So then, if I blow up Blast Zone, I can escape an Uro, which cuts them off a devotion and gains me life. So now we're not dead to another Grey Merchant, because we're going up to 8. Make a 2/2. Go. Yeah, they're not bad frozen. Depending on where I'm at in my Invisalign cycle, I can or can't eat them frozen. Foods that are really hard foods to eat, basically just like my entire mouth is sore for like the first like 3 to 5 days after changing out Invisalign tray. It's like on the second week it's not bad, but the first week it's really bad. Nah, I'm not really a fan of ramen in general. I think I'm just getting rid of this. They didn't have enough mana to do that, Zach, so it wasn't an out. I don't really know that it's been noticeable yet, Cody. The trays are a little bit easier to get on and off. So there's definitely been some amount of movement there. They play Nightmare Shepherd here. It's just like they're not Scurv. So Blast Zone's actually an incredible draw here, because this land makes 3 mana with Nissa out. So I get to smack them for 3, and then use this Blast Zone to clear the night. This is X is 7. I have 9 total. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I'm aware I missed 3 points of damage there. Just for the record, I'm aware I missed the damage. Alright, do I have a way... Do I have a way to not be dead to another Grey Merchant next turn? There's 6 cards in my bin, so I can escape this Uro. So we start there. We start there. I think the correct play is play Uro, kill the Ayara. And then, like, if we're not dead on board, we can kill them next turn. Yeah, killing Ayara means that Nightmare Shepherd no longer does good stuff for them. Which is good. How long till Esper? I'm gonna play one more match with Simic after this. The games where this deck plays Magic do not feel particularly close. Well, I suppose they could have Ren and Grey Merchants here, huh? That's the route. Alright. Moving on up. We confirmed that our hardest matchup is our deck killing us. So far, we haven't played against any aggressive decks, though. Alright, there's a command explaining the current overlay situation. I think I'm gonna bottom Growth Spiral here. For when people come in and ask. That would be a good draw if we had untapped. Do you agree that Cavalier are a fixed version of the command? No, I just think that's more of people doing what we talked about earlier, which is everybody having to draw parallels to other things. They're just different designs. Zajad, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think going bigger is not good in this format. I think these formats are explicitly rewarding you for trying to get under decks like this, so trying to go bigger is not what you like. Wolfwillow Haven is very, very good. It's one of the better cards printed out of the new set. You should be playing it. Tida Crims, thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I really like this build as opposed to the more Risen Reef style builds. I think fitting Uro into a build without Risen Reef is much easier, which is appealing. think I'm gonna animate. I'll animate Forest.
The land fights for us.
I think Forest is likely to die here, so I'm just gonna play Goose rather than trying to attack. Maybe miss 3 damage, but get to guaranteed cast the Goose. Man, Elspeth is quite the dominatrix. She likes conquering Nissa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll Krasis for 4 here. I'm gonna grab an island, so that way we have double blue for Uro later, in case the Goose dies. We have 4 cards total in the bin. Remember, we need this plus 5, so 6 is the magic number. We're looking for Uro to escape back into play. How is being the bad guy? It's playing Magic on easy mode. So far, the games we've lost have been to, like, our deck just, like, stumbling or fumbling. And the games we've played Magic have not been super close. Okay, yep. Yep. Well, shoot. Next Graces it is. Mari Gra, thank you for the 35 months and for the very generous tier 2. I appreciate the dealer's choice points. Now we're a little bit short on green due to some unfortunate land draws here. Hey, Delta. Thank you for the entire year of support. Welcome back. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Maybe I should have put a non-scry land under there to, like, try and punk them into taking it. Probably could have happened. I'm gonna leave Krasis in the bin because we do have Cavalier. Forest is a great draw because it lets me Growth Spiral at the end of their turn. Actually, I can Uro now, right? I think I just do that. That's a little bit more resource efficient. If they sweep the board, I'll be able to bring back Uro, and I still have Finale in my hand. Still have Growth Spiral as a redraw. Still have Castle to scry. What a particularly close and engaging game of Magic the Gathering. Hey, chat, remember when they destroyed 4 of our cards with Casualties of War? We were just like, nah, bro, it's fine. Oh no, please don't 2-for-1 me. How will I ever recover? This deck is so dumb.
Witness the tide that bind us all. Be wary of
Oh yeah, Questing Beast was also lethal there off Finale. Good call. Alright, so I think against their deck, we want Goose out. I want these Disdainful Strokes in. Ceratops is probably fine. What do I want to trim here? The cheeky Blast Zone's been really good. I don't think it's good here though. I think I'm gonna trim a land. Might be greedy to trim a land. We're gonna try it. Probably don't need End-Raze Forerunners to win this matchup. They don't have a lot of blockers. Let's give this a go. Yeah, they cashed Casualties twice and lost. Before I set up to do things, you said going big in this format is bad. The format rewards you for going under decks like this. And when you came back and said, yeah, they cast casualties twice and lost, it's almost like I know what I'm talking about. You think they should reprint Path into Standard? My thoughts are you can take a 10-minute break to think about how incredibly bad that thought is. Here's Jeff's lukewarm take of the day. Arms races are bad. The solution to issues in Magic isn't to escalate further. Just like in real life, the solution is to de-escalate. You don't fix this by racing to the bottom. You fix it by just rebalancing things. Formats where answers and threats both have play to them are ideal. That's what you should be aiming for. I wonder if I'm supposed to board out Wolfwillow Haven against Casualties of War. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. Maybe I want Goose in my deck and I board out Wolfwillow Haven. I could see that. It might have been right to just Ceratops there. I don't really know what their deck is doing. So like could go either way. I guess this is my second blue source. I wanted the growth spiral though. Stealing their Lily is the plan. Hold on, folks. I'm gonna do it again. Why are they 3/3s? Asking the real questions. Even with them doing that, like, do I kill this? I just take this, right? They're doing this because they want me to kill it, because they just get it back with Elspeth. Thanks. Welcome to Thunderdome. Enjoy your stay. I am out of blue mana if they kill this island, though. Is a real concern. This lets them bounce Lily, and we exile a card from our hand, so that's pretty good. We still have them pretty dead on board, though. So, like, I guess they're at 14. Oh, the owner has to exile. JK, LOL. Ooh, that's a good draw. I think I'm just gonna pass here. So good. Stroke Liliana. Caress her gently. I mean, they need Soot plus a counterspell, right? Hey, Weary Dude. Thanks for the 5th month of Prime support. Welcome back. Good to have you around. Always keep in mind, too, if your schedule doesn't line up exactly what we're doing live here, you can always check out the replays on my YouTube channel. Am I supposed to hold up Stroke here? I feel like I'm just supposed to do this. Like, if they play Liliana and down tick, I don't really care about that. I think I just try and draw Blue Source here. I feel like there's a good chance they just escape Uro next turn. So, like, passing holding Stroke up when they plan to escape Uro anyway seems real bad. Casualties of war would have been kind of devastating there, yeah.
Putrid, but effective.
They're dead, right? They're dead to trample? It says pro blue, bud. You're dead. Oh, this works. Okay. Good call. So they get to draw a couple of cards here. And then Uro puts them to 4. Uro could stabilize them here. They get to go make a thing, make an Uro, go to 4. They have 2 blockers. Oh wait, this can only be blocked by the zombie, right? So we should be good. The pro blue's gonna come in clutch again. If they down tick in Uro, they need to be able to kill this, right? Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no, I feel so bad. Oh no. So, I just accidentally initiated an ad break because I pressed my spacebar button to resolve Teferi. And my window focus was on my web browser, and the last item I had selected there was, yeah, Big Woof. That's rough. I think that's gonna let them stabilize here. AC hit, thanks for the Prime support. Unprofessional. Yep, I'll have to make sure to watch that. Because the last thing I'd clicked, remember, I'm gonna hold for a second while that finishes. Apologies. I think it's got a minute and a half. That's awkward too, because like this is gonna be my last match. I was gonna hit the ad roll after the match is done, but this match might last a bit, I suppose. Thanks for the 15 months, Blood Angel. Giving it a second. The Namakan, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate it. Welcome to Hooglandia. Is that what I gotta do? I just gotta do an ad roll in the middle of the gameplay and then everybody Prime subs? Sensitive demon. Welcome, new folks. Sorry about that. I do apologize. Okay, yeah. Yeah, wow. I think they're stabilizing. Going for the clickbait route bold choice, something like that. If we hit, there's a second Shifting Ceratops in our deck. We could still draw. They don't have a counter spell. Sorry, what I mean by if they don't have a counterspell, I mean if I draw Finale. I can also draw the Ceratops naturally. Non-subs, welcome back. I'm really sorry. I hit spacebar to resolve their Teferi, and my window focus was still on my web browser from doing something else there, and spacebar hit the ad roll. So what you missed was this came into play, and then bounced my token, and then Liliana edicted away my Ceratops. So we're a little bit behind at the moment. I think I'm actually going to keep that. Just because it lets me hold up Stroke next turn. Oh, yeah, never mind. I'm just going to go to the next game. I think I'm happy with how I boarded. Maybe, I don't know, Haven might be worse than Gilded Goose. I think I'm gonna do that. Having enchantments in my deck, especially ones that go on my lands against their casualties deck seems not great. Do I enjoy these kind of decks? Not for long sessions. I think in like the short play that we do here, they're fine. But I think if like this deck that we're currently playing was like all I was playing grinding on the ladder, it would get really dry really quick. This deck that we're playing is what I often refer to as a low in-game player agency deck. It's a deck where your deck building decisions and how you mulligan and how your sideboard really matters, but a lot of the time you have pretty minimal in-game decisions. Your sequencing choices tend to be straightforward. It's just like cast your big thing every turn. Escape uses the stack. It is an alternative casting cost. You can counterspell and escape. For people discussing how escape works in chat. I don't know that I love it, but like the timeline we're in where like elected officials are responding to the president of the United States with just like memes on Twitter is just like, it's a strange place to be, chat. It's a strange place to be. I kind of feel like I was wishing, I kind of wish I was living in a timeline where it just wasn't necessary. But God bless Ilhan Omar, by the way. She's great. More progressives in the House and Senate, please. She's communicating in a way Donald Trump is like, that's fair. That's fair. It's even got flashing lights too, so it's likely to keep his attention while he reads all 3 words. You know, I know it's probably pretty tough for him to read more than 2 words. Why does my Nissa come down on turn 5? I know, it's weird. Because we mulliganed and had a bad hand. That's not fair. He can definitely read. What grade level he can read at is certainly up for debate. But he can definitely read. Yeah, that's our last game with Simic. Donald Trump constantly makes bold-faced lies. He is a pathological liar. The most kind answer to explain why Donald Trump is the way he is and says what he is that he believes the things that he says, but that means he's delusional. So, like, the kind case is he's delusional. The unkind case is that he constantly willfully lies. So, like, you know. Man, they always take the one card, huh? It's actual every time. I'm gonna Nissa, untap the breeding pool, elect to not offer the trade so we can hold up Disdainful Stroke.
The land fights for us.
This magic card sucks. It's different every time, Kenix. This card's interesting because it's a bunch of conditionals. It's not always right or always wrong. Alright, that was a really good draw because it means I can hold up Disdainful Stroke next turn. Unless they have a Noxious Grasp. They could have a Noxious Grasp here.
Be wary of ground rock.
I'm gonna play an untapped land here, so this way if they kill my forest, I can still hold up Disdainful Stroke. Swish, chat, swish. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. I would like to draw 4 cards, please. Bye, Felicia. That's really weird, chat. We played the really good deck, and we didn't lose any matches of Magic. So like I said, this list came from someone who I used to test a lot of, actually Hex TCG with, who's been around the Hooglandia community for a little bit, Bob and Cheese. He's my go-to source whenever I want, what do I think is the best version of the best deck. He's usually pretty good at trying the different iterations and then finding one that he likes. I like this build a lot. I think there've been a lot of good decisions made here. I think this mix of ramp felt really pretty clean. Uro's great. I like not playing Risen Reef. I think that's pretty reasonable. I know, like, flashy, lots of agents and Thassa is flashy, but I think this just, like, having a little bit of utility in the finale package feels really good. I feel like my one thought in playing this deck a little bit is I kind of wouldn't mind another questing beast in the 75, but I guess Ceratops fills a similar role, and Ceratops is also very good. I'm also not sure I really have room to put another questing beast in the 75, so I think if you're looking for a good version of blue-green, this felt like a very reasonable version of blue-green. Felt like the core set of cards that it was playing were more than reasonable, and that that the top end was a good mix of things. Cavalier Uro is just real gross. Getting to play 4 of each of those is great. All right, coming up next, we are going to play a variation of Esper Control, which I think if this goes well again today, I'm going to put this one up on the website. This is a build that felt very reasonable last time, playing a variety of exile removal to have a chance against the Simic variations. It's going to take me a couple of minutes to flip over to this, and I do need to go brush my teeth and put my Invisalign back in, so I am going to hit another ad roll since I'm walking away anyways, so I'll be back in about 3 or 4 minutes once I flip all the deck things over and then also brush my teeth, so back in a second. Noted, Magar, thank you.